I'm Hunter with Big Bang Radio, and I have with me today Blue Turnip. So, how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Good.
Yeah, doing great.
So,
Thanks
this
for
is
having
Brian and Kyle, and maybe you guys could tell us a little bit about what you do in the band, or what you, if you don't mind. Like,
Yeah, sure. So I'm Kyle. We are 2/3 of Blue Turnip. The third, Andy, he couldn't be here today. But I lead singer, and I play the keyboards as well as some of the electric guitar and a little bit of the bass.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm Brian, and I play the drums and percussion stuff,
Okay.
and a tiny bit of keyboard on our EP.
All right. So, what got you guys into music? Has it just been part of your childhood, part of your life in general, or is it something you kind of fell into later on?
You know, it's something that our dad was always a huge inspiration to us, and he really pushed us in the direction of music. And that's actually Andy, who couldn't be here today. He's our third band member, he plays the guitar, and they always kind of guided us towards music and had us listening to Beatles and Emerson, Lake and Palmer at a young age, and then just sort of developed, and we've sort of gone in different directions a little bit. Like I've kind of gone a little bit more of the classical music route, and sometimes I got a piano degree from UNC Wilmington.
Okay.
And Brian, you can talk about what you've done a little bit.
I grew up playing drums, like Kyle said. Our dad got us into music at a young age. I feel like Help by the Beatles was the album that I just listened to constantly, just over and over. It was a classic. Probably my favorite Beatles album. But yeah, just grew up loving music. I got kind of into the more indie rock kind of stuff. Like Kyle said, we kind of expanded a little bit in terms of what we like, but it all works together. A lot of different influences combining together works nice, and we have that Beatles foundation, so that's enough to keep us together, I guess.
I mean, I guess it can't be harmful to have a wide range of sensibilities there, right? There's just a wide variety of taste, choice, what you guys are practiced, and that has to be helpful.
There are definitely twinges of old, but we have gotten into so many artists of so many variations, and I personally am certain prog rock artists really get me. I love Neil Morse and Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and you can hear a little bit of those prog rock classical elements in there, but also I love Tally Hall, Rob Cantor, Flying Colors, these power pop, 10cc, Ben Folds, these groups is just all melody, and so that all of that's present, and Brian, you too. It's been really cool also that Brian, he drummed with us for so long, and recently he's gotten really into playing more keyboards and guitar, and he started writing some songs, and one of the songs in the EP is Brian's, and it's a really cool tune, and it's nice that all of us play different melodic instruments that you can arrange on. So we get to arrange together and make a really cool sound.
No, that is really awesome. You were mentioning a bunch of things like Trans-Siberian Orchestra there. Have you ever listened to the Metallica S&M live collection?
I've not, no.
I think they performed a live concert with the Philharmonic Orchestra. And so they had a lot of their albums with, because I don't know, there's something that has always been really interesting to me about when you mix orchestral music with a rock. Because there's something about the guitar and the drums that just fit really nicely over a big splashy orchestra for some reason. I don't know.
Oh yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, but that's beside the point. So being in a band with your brother, is there ever any tension that comes from that, or does it actually flow really nicely?
I'd say that for the most part, it's flowed pretty dang nicely. We did the basement jams back in the day. We grew up playing together. We honestly have a really good band chemistry together. And just being able to play with your bro, I don't know, there's something special about it. Yeah. And so it's been great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I totally agree. When Brian and I used to play baseball together, and that was when the hate used to come out. But when we play music together, it's like he said, the chemistry's awesome. He's my favorite person to play with, so I really enjoy getting to make music with Brian. Hey, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're members of Blue Turnip, and this is our song, Guardian Angel.
outside, it's getting hard to breathe for me. And every time I try, well, she just up and leaves. And I don't know just who you are, but I can see you upon that star. Are you real or are you? It's time I lose my mind. Everything I know washed clean. And if I feel alright, well, maybe I'll just stay unseen. And I don't know just who you are, but I can see you upon that star. Are you real or are It's getting warm inside. It's now easy to see. I've waited all my life, and now I'm finally free. And now I know just who you are my guardian angel. You are real and I am safe. And now I know just who you are my guardian angel. You are real and I am safe.
Like, do you guys ever have like an idea of where each other's trying to go with songs that you're working with, and kind of just from knowing each other for so long? Or
Definitely. Pretty usually the way that we start workshopping music is well, I'll talk about Brian's song in a minute because that was really interesting and super fun. Called "A Lack of," I'd say. But like Guardian Angel, the first song on our EP, usually like that's one of my tunes. So I kind of come up with a sketch for the song, get some lyrics going, get a melody going, and I'll come to Brian and say, "Hey, listen to this. This is what I'm going with." Brian has a great sensibility for what we're trying to do, and a good build, ebb and flow, and a great feel for the song. So that's usually how it goes. Is one of us will come to the others and say, "Hey, we got this sketch. Let's see if we can build off this and get going." But one of the really cool things about Brian's song, "A Lack of Sleep," I'd say, was he came to us with this sketch, and we sort of orchestrated it together, like in separate places. Like it was like, all right, I'm gonna try and like work on some guitar stuff over here and some background vocals, and Andy came up with this great bass line, and Brian's came up with this amazing drum beat and this great melody, this catchy hook. And then we sort of brought it together after working on it all separately, and just fit the pieces together. And I don't know, it's one of my favorites on the EP. That was a fun one to work on.
Thanks, man. Honestly, yeah, I just came with a basic piano track, and that was it. Just a super raw recording. Sent it via email. and I was like, hey guys, I got this song. And a cool thing about being a part of Blue Turnip and having that chemistry, like we mentioned, I just handed it off. Like, it doesn't even feel like my song. It feels like a Blue Turnip song now. Andy's like, hey, I've got a bass line. What do you think? I'm like, that's awesome. Kyle's like, what about these guitar layers? It just built it into this piece that is now a band piece rather than an individual song. Hey, I'm Brian.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're in Blue Turnip, and this is A Lack of Sleep, I'd say.
Been up for days, a lack of sleep I'd say. Been up for weeks, you can't be serious. But when I see your face, I can't close my eyes. You're on my mind every minute now. I can't believe a girl so beautiful would fall for somebody as simple as me. I'm in love and don't want the time to escape. Break the clocks and stay in this life we have made. In your arms is right where I'm going to stay. I'm in love and don't have a second to waste. My beating heart, it pounds so rapidly when you're inside. My blood flows seamlessly, 'cause every moment means the world to me. I'm in love and don't want the time to escape. Break the clocks and stay in this life we have made. In your arms is right where I'm going to stay. I'm in love and don't have a second to waste. Been up for days, a lack of sleep I'd say. Been up for weeks, you can't be serious.
So, like, how long have you guys been in Blue Turnip? Like, how long has that been an actual project?
It's been a long time. Let's see. I think our very first official performance, Brian was in kindergarten. I was in
Okay.
second grade.
Okay.
And we played the Rocky theme at a talent show, elementary school. And that was the first time that we called ourselves Blue Turnip. And we said, yo, Adrian, we did it.
I think we got an encore, and that was the only song we knew how to play. So we just
Yes!
played it.
Since then, we play whenever we can. It's a little tricky right now because Brian and Andy are living in pretty close proximity to each other, but I'm over on the other side of the state right now. But next summer, we're hoping to get some really regular gigs around the state and try and put some things together and promote the new EP. And because it's been a couple years since we play here and there. It seems like every year we get together and do kind of a cool show. Yeah, to do something regularly again is going to be great.
I do have like a question about that, but real quick, you keep saying the new EP, but you haven't actually said the name of it yet.
That's true. Yeah, our new EP, I got it right here. It's called Songs from the Root Cellar. You can see right there. We got some awesome art from our good friend Jason Hawkins.
Okay.
And that's Bald Massey. He's a good guy. And it's got 5 songs that sort of are a showcase of some of the different things that we can do. More poppy songs on there. There's a really fun rock and roll tune, and there's one that gets a little bit more into prog rock and one that gets a little bit more into folk rock, kind of an indie folk rock sound. So it sort of was meant to showcase a lot of the different things that we can do and how we can do a lot of different styles. But like Brian said, due to our chemistry and workshop and all these songs together, that they really have a nice cohesive sound.
How long has that been currently, like that you haven't been living in close proximity?
It's been a while. I've been in Wilmington full time for 3 years now, and usually what happens. So we try and organize something. We pick a date. Like here we go. Like this is the date. We're gonna get something together. We have this venue. We know where it's gonna be. Our last one was in February, and sort of similar to the way that we sort of put Brian's song together. It's a lot of separate preparation. And we come together, and we have sort of like a rotating fourth member that plays live with us. In February, it was my brother-in-law Phil who played the bass with us. But it has its challenges. But I think we've kind of grown from it. It's given us a lot of musical independence and responsibility. I'm not sure, Brian. What would you say about that?
Since we've been playing together for so long, obviously it's something that we want to do on a full-time basis. Getting this EP done, this professional EP, really started to drive us to know that this is something that we want to do. So we think this is a great starting point for us, and we're really excited about what the future has in store for us.
Okay, and so like I'm assuming then that the internet has been like really important for you guys, keeping that music coming together, like sending parts and pieces to one another. That's really cool to think about within itself, really. Like, to me, is like the fact that...
It's kind of amazing that, you think about, like, 5-10 years ago and how different it would be. Like, now you can press record on your phone and share something with these guys and start workshopping something almost instantly. It is really cool.
Yeah, like, that's a bit... So you said that this was something really cool. This is something that you're, like... definitely taken serious, and definitely so like where do you want Blue Turnip to go? Like what is your aspirations as far as like for this like band in general? Like where do you see yourself in the future, I guess, is the question I'm asking.
Go ahead, Brian.
Oh man. Of course. No, we want to, we've got a little local following, of course, but we'd love to just keep expanding, to start playing more, to start touring. Is something I think I mentioned that I want to do full time, and I'm sure Kyle feels the same way too.
Oh yeah, it's the concept of a professional musician has changed so much. So, and this has so much to do with technology, and it's like Brian said, the goal is for this to be our full time effort. It's not right now. But now that we have this great product that we worked hard on, and we're hoping to record more in the next year as well, and get a full album together, and start playing live and getting our name out there, and start expanding, and hopefully it'll snowball into what we want it to be. Hi, I'm Kyle Miller, and this is "What Do You Want From Me" by my band Blue Turnip.
What do you want from me? I'm just blood and flesh and bones, I'm not an answer. What do you want from me? Yeah, I'm down when I'm alone, I'm no freelancer. You gotta take a look around, it's not anything you found, it's what you're losing. Just fade away, but it's coming back someday, you can't refuse it. What do you want from me? If you're better off alone, just let me know it.
where do you see yourself in the future? I guess is the question I'm asking.
Go ahead, Brian.
Oh man, of course.
Yeah.
No, we want to, we've got a little local following, of course, but we'd love to just keep expanding.
But now that we have this great product that we worked hard on, and we're hoping to record more in the next year as well, and get a full album together, and start playing live and getting our name out there, and start expanding, and hopefully it'll snowball into what we want it to be.
Okay. All right. So are you actually like actively trying to seek a label, or is this something you guys want to try and do totally independent? Because
we did the EP all on our own. Seeking a label out would be something that we might be interested in. And that'll probably depend on what happens next summer and how much exposure we can get, and if we can start getting our name around and get noticed. And we've been sending these songs out to a few radio stations, you guys included, and we're really thankful that Big Bang Radio has picked up a few of our songs. And I've been playing them. It's like a dream come true,
So, like, I have one question. Blue Turnip, like, where does that name come from? Like, what's the origin of Blue Turnip?
I mean, you can see right here on the album cover, he's trying to pull a turnip out of the ground. I don't know what much more of an explanation we could possibly give.
It's self-evident, really, right? Like
on the back of the turnip as well, underground shot of the turnip. So it's pretty self-explanatory.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. All of it. Sky's blue, turnips. What else do you need?
It's one of those things that, like, every band name is dumb until people know that band.
Right.
It's like Leonard Skinner. That's the dumbest name ever. But now it's like, oh, Leonard Skinner, they're such a cool, it's like, so hopefully we'll get to that point where it's not a dumb name anymore.
I didn't necessarily think it was dumb. I was just like, there has to be a reason. like there's some kind of inspiration for that. But.
Didn't we sit around a table back in the day and workshop a name, and then somehow Blue Turnip?
It's been such a long time. Yeah, I can't even. I'm sure something important was
yeah, definitely.
It's like we need a color and a food.
It's the perfect
but not
formula.
like a good food.
Yeah, it needs to be like something from the farming. Okay, farming. Couldn't do corn. That's already taken. Nah, but so is there a current project you're working on, or is this like a little rest period after all the hard work that went into the EP?
We're still trying to promote the EP right now. I guess it came out in August. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we've been doing a lot of social media stuff, just trying to get the word out right now. So really working towards just getting that recognition. Hopefully people like our songs, and we just go from there.
All right, good deal. So have you guys ever done any touring whatsoever, whether it be local or otherwise?
We did when we were all over on the west side of the state together, over in the mountains. We used to play regularly in that area a whole bunch. A lot of people knew us and knew what kind of music we played, and so we got to play around that area a whole bunch. And since we've split up, it's kind of been more of a here and there thing. But we played at a cool new venue in Boone a couple years ago called the Uptown. And this last one we played was at a small venue in Wilmington. So it's hopefully this summer the goal is to try and expand a little bit, because we've been doing some research of some places around the state that seem to have cool scenes that promote and are very supportive of local music, and Rocky Mountain certainly seems to be one of those areas, and Boone is definitely one of those areas as well. And New Bern, North Carolina has several bands too. So yeah, we're gonna try sort of see if we can. We've got friends in Charlotte as well.
Okay. Off of the EP, you wrote what was it? In Need of Sleep, was that it?
A Lack of Sleep.
Lack of Sleep. Okay. So what are a few of the other songs on that EP, title wise?
Sure, we've got the opening track is Guardian Angel.
Okay.
That's kind of like a piano ballad. It's got a cool melodic guitar solo in there too. Love song. Over and Over, which is a little bit more on the little bit of a prog rock side.
Right.
It's got a few stages. It kind of builds as it goes, and there's a theme that goes throughout it. And What Do You Want From Me is the fourth track on there. That's sort of the folk rock tune. Right. And then the last song is called Float.
Have you ever released anything before this new EP? Like whether it was professionally done or otherwise? Or is this like your first actual like professional release, like in any like level?
This is our first professional release. We've done some recording. We've actually recorded with it's Baumhaus Studios in Morganton, North Carolina. Ricky Rodriguez, so awesome, super easy to work with, and just makes a really great product. We worked with him a little bit before, but it was more of just like getting to be in the studio and getting to work out some stuff. And this is the first time that we really wanted to do a full-blown release, to get out there, to be on Spotify, to be on iTunes, and to try and get this music out there into people's hands.
So you are on Spotify?
Yep. Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, pretty much anywhere that you can find music online, we're there. And if you want a physical hard copy of the CD, you can get one on CD Baby as well.
And do you guys have like any plans for making a music video for any of it, or is like the whole video production thing not in the works whatsoever?
I don't think at the moment. It would be really cool to do one though, and I know lyric videos are all the rage right now, so that might be something cool to do. Keep up with the times.
Just like an animated font and some splashy backgrounds.
Yeah.
Oh man, but it's been like a real pleasure talking to you guys today.
Yeah, thanks to Big Bang Radio, rules.
Yeah, man. Blue Turnip's where it's at. No, man, but it has. It's been a real pleasure to talk to you guys, and I wish you a lot of luck with this.
Thanks man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right. Well, y'all take care.
Thanks, Hunter. Have a good one.
All right. You too, man.